Finally, guys. So, hola, bienvenidos, welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, take a quick second, go ahead and subscribe. You might find some of my other videos helpful and it helps the channel out. So, today we got a van tour, obviously. I've been working on it for a while. It's never going to be completely done. I always add to it. Right now I'm replacing the headlights. I just put in these LEDs up here. So bear with me, but I've been running this kind of layout for most of the year, or at least since summer, and it's been working out great for me. So let's just cut to it and I'll show you real quick, and we're going to do something a little different today. All right, so we're going to start from the back. So here on my window, I have a cage, and I have a bunch of these cable cuff pros. So you get these at Home Depot. I like that they have the hook here, and you can basically put any hose, extension cord, anything, a rope to wrap it up and hang it up. For the most part, they don't fall off unless I'm driving recklessly through some dips. Obviously, a bump will knock it around, but for the most part I've never had these flying around or anything like that. On the other side, a pair of spare analog gauges. I feel like I always need them as backups, and sometimes I like to use them. In general, it's easy to do certain things with analog. Manifolds, I'm a big fan of the probes, but sometimes these are helpful. My flame resistant blanket that has seen better days. I need to retire this one already. You can tell that I've gotten plenty of use out of this one. It has magnets, that's how it's held up here. If I get a new one, I'll probably leave this one here anyway, because I like that it blocks out the window from people seeing in. That one blocks, well, all the stuff that I have on there. This is kind of cool. I found it at Lowe's. So it's kind of like the Cable Cuff Pro that I showed you. I just put a carabiner on there because there's no way to hook it on, but it has this big opening. And then I have some belts that I carry, not necessarily that I use all the time. I don't really have any common belts that I use. It's always like kind of random. So when I need to, if I want to look at whatever I have, open that up, I can take out what I need, put it, this one I reuse. It's my belt, or linked belt. This one I can make any size belt that I want. I've done a few videos on that. I only keep it temporary though. So if I'm out of town and I can't get the belt, I'm going to be putting this in and then going back with the original belt once I can get it, like if I'm out of town or something like that. So this is what holds my belts back here, you know, the few that I have. If you guys carry a lot, curious to know how you store them, but like for me, some of these I might not even ever use, but every now and then there's one in here that I will. Now for the back part, you're gonna see that I like to have everything as close to the door as I can. So I'm getting in, I'm grabbing what I need and not having to walk in my van and crouch down and be all in it and stuff like that. So got a knee pad here that I hardly ever use. I need to remember to use it. Got my new lights up here. Don't mind, they're not done yet. Just kind of mounting them and putting some adhesive. This wire nuts. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use Wago clips or something to keep it neater, so that's not done yet. But I get a lot of light with it. I'm sure you saw in the intro how well lit this gets. You can actually, it looks like it's daytime in here. Anyway, back here I keep a field piece scale. I do have their newer SR47, so I can take this out, place it here, weigh my refrigerant before I do any work, use the control that is up here, the remote, and get the difference when I'm done with my call, so I know what to charge as far as pounds. And I have a video on this if you guys are interested in a new one. It is a nice design. Alright, and then obviously all my refrigeration tanks are going to be on this side. Copper is rolled up here. This is my charging hose for the probes. When I grab a tank, I grab this too. I have some clips here that hold an extension wand for my portable pressure washer. These are just some clips with the magnet, and it has a bolt built into it. So I have two there that hold on to the tank holder there, the rack, and then it snaps on. So it's not permanent, I can move it anywhere I want. I've had it in different places, but that's where it lives right now. On the other side, I do have another wand with the same clips that have the screw and bolt, or the bolt and nut through one of these holes here, and that's how that one's held. And then I can put that one away there. I got my oxygen and nitrogen tank. That's why I love this rack here. And then the other one is supposed to hold acetylene. Now I have acetylene held upright in another part of the van there, but this is from Amazon. It's a nice little container. And this one I had modified with the magnets like that. They're threaded on there. So if you rivet that in, you can put these on there. And then I hold all my zip ties in here. So I buy like a pack of 100, throw them in here, and as it gets low, I just keep refilling it. These are the 11-inch, I believe. And that's where I keep my zip ties. So if I keep this here, the magnets do hold it in place. You can also just run a bungee cord. That's what I did before. But if I just come in here, I can grab some zip ties and then put it back. And that's where I store that. So I guess we'll start on this side. So I have a carabiner up here that holds my lockjaw ladder grip. So this is a tool that I use to hold my ladder up on gutters when I'm on a high roof and I'm using my extension ladder. This will keep it in place, keep it from falling over. Whether I'm on it or I'm on the roof and it falls over, that's happened to me before. This is a grappling hook. I've used it. I have a hook on my rope. This is also convenient if I ever need to grab a whole bunch of different things, like especially buckets. This is good at fishing those out. And what I have on my rope is just a Klein hook. I've made a video on the rope setup as well, if you guys are interested in that. So that's there if I need it. I have my, I think this is from Walmart. I have the bungee to hold it just in case. But this rack comes with hooks. So it hooks onto this right here. This is just a folding dolly flatbed type system. So when I'm hauling compressors especially, this is what I use this for. I've even used it on the roof before. Put it through hell already, and it's been great. I love having different options for all that stuff. You can see I have a old school wooden one on the floor here when we're carrying like ice machines out or different things. A lot of equipment, because we deal with kitchen equipment. We can put it on wheels and roll it out. So here, I don't have anything that goes specifically on this rail, or that's meant for it. So I've gotten these at Walmart. I have two different kinds. I have one that is supposed to be screwed. I just zip tied it. This one does click in halfway, and then I use a zip tie to hold it, and it holds my step ladder. I'm debating if to get a 4-foot, just in case, because this one, for the most part, I only need an extra foot or so. So this one helps a lot when I'm working like in a walk-in and I'm just out of reach, you know, for some of the motors and stuff. I like to get this. My 6-foot is going to be on the top of my van, locked up. So just trying to keep it open in here instead of having a ladder on the floor or whatever. So this is one that I use like 90% of the time. I hardly ever get my 6-foot, but I kind of want to get a 4-foot just to help, because there's some equipment that I can't reach with this one, and I end up getting the 6-foot one for simple calls. Like I said, I have that. I have some cardboard there. I have another hook here that holds a bucket. This is kind of like a catch-all. It has my water bottle for the pressure washer, so I can use this as a water source, and it's a quick connect to my pressure washer. Like I said, I have videos on all this stuff already, if you guys want to check back a few videos. So this, I throw it in here because I don't want it to take up too much room in the pack out. And then I do have an extra shoulder strap, some drop cloth, extra rope, extra hoses, just kind of like a catch-all of extra items right here. And if I ever need the bucket, I can dump it out and use it, but for now it's just storage, and I keep it off the ground just by preference. Hook it on there. Now if I, like I said, if I drive recklessly, some of this stuff bangs around. For the most part, everything is as secure as I would need it to be, but if I hit something hard and my van goes crazy, it'll hit it a couple of times like that, and it doesn't bother me. Then I have my field piece S-Man, my favorite digital manifold there. Then this is going to be the container. It's a Milwaukee crate that holds all of my cleaners. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this one. I kind of gave up on it, but it's there if I need it. So I have my coil gun there. I have my drain pan treatment, which I actually carry my PM Packout a majority of the time. My extra acetylene, some MAP gas. Which one is this one? Oh, some blue extra bubbles for the leak detector, the big blue. Oil for my vacuum pump. And then this right here is going to be a water pump. It's just a water pump you can get from Home Depot, HTX. I always have one. I've had different brands. That one works pretty well. It's like 10 bucks. If you guys do reach-ins or kitchen repairs like I do, this is really good to defrost reach-in coolers and freezers that are iced up in the evaporator. You can take this in instead of taking a whole hose for like a little evaporator like that. Just fill this up with hot water and it's good to go. So then under that, everything's super easy to get to. Take that off, put that down. And this is more when I'm doing change outs. This is the Milwaukee rolling toolbox, so it does have wheels if I need it on the job site. So we put that up. Have extra screws, drill bits, kind of miscellaneous stuff up here. Got some copper traps in this one. And then I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff to do, like whips. So I have the conduit. I have some Velcro strapping. I have some bigger zip ties, conduit strap, all that stuff. And my thermostat wire is in here. This is what we have. I have to finish this before I can get a nicer one. Just using what we have there. So that's more for change outs. Kind of do some install work. That's what that's for. Back here is my other recovery. Well, it's my refrigerant rack. I use it for recovery tanks. So if you saw my last tour, I had that in the back. So I had them on either side. I measured it out and I was able to fit it on here. And then we have a cart. I have shown this off before. I might do another little video on it. It's a folding cart. So if I pull that out, it can go in here and be out of the way and everything, but it's a full-size cart that I can carry little compressors, some of these Packouts, my torches and different things, and roll it into the job site. Forgot to mention that there's also my coil cleaners in here. I use little Viper packs, so they are super easy to store. Haven't had any issue with them bursting, as long as you don't, you know, squash them. There's enough space there for that. All right, so back to this side now. I have a trash can here that is held with a magnet. You're gonna see a lot of these around. It's the same one that holds the clips. So I put it through with a well, it has threads, and I put a nut on the other side, locked it in place. I like to keep everything clean, so I just have a bag in there, dump everything in there like it is right now. It's full. I need to empty it out, and then helps keep me, you know, keep my floor clean. I have this paper towel holder from Harbor Freight. Got paper towels in the back. This holds my wipes. So I have magnets here too. Same concept on a lot of these things. This is a jug holder off Amazon. That's in my link tool link also. So I like using these. You know, they clean your hands very well if you don't have access to soap and water, or if soap and water won't take it off, this will. Like I told you, I have my remote there, I have my Subco cool presser that I use quite often on hot days. I got a glove holder from Harbor Freight. Those are the gloves that I need if I'm working around food or ice machines or anything like that. I already told you about my wand. This is also just a hook with a couple of magnets to hold it. So nothing in here is, I don't like doing permanent fixtures, so I can move it if I need to. I have this hook can hold a whole bunch of different tapes. So I have some silver tape, foam tape that I use often, and then I can keep an extra roll of abrasive cloth there and some extra tape here. Normally I'm going through these like crazy anyway, but I'll keep an extra couple on here. This is a holder from Harbor Freight. It's magnetic as well, so if I ever need to put it somewhere else, which I have in the past, but it's been here for a few months now, it holds my coil cleaners, at least the aerosol ones, the spray ones, and it holds all these other T-handles that I have, so I think that's kind of neat. This little corner right here is where I keep my recovery and vacuum, so I have the two field piece ones, which are kind of the most compact ones you can get. So they fit easily back here behind the shelf. No, I didn't have to do anything. And then I just have this for security. It's not even that tight, but these have not moved in the past couple of months. They stay put for the most part. Down here I have an extra tool pouch, so I have the Tough Built tool pouch here. This is a magnet, which I didn't have to take it off. So I can take it off, leave the magnet behind. I can use one to put on my belt and clip it on, but this is just like when I'm changing contactors, maybe running a thermostat wire or something. I have an all-in-one here. I have some wire strippers, something to remove caps, so this is a pliers wrench. My pill box that has connectors, wire connectors and different things. I have a Leatherman knife on this side, some zip ties. This is a Harbor Freight Doyle ratcheting screwdriver, but it has the Klein 8-in-1 insert, like the shaft, and it fits in here fine. So if you need a ratcheting 8-in-1, it's there, or HVAC 8-in-1. And then I've shown these before. This is actually a multimeter in the size of this little slim pen. So if I just need to verify voltage, that's good. It can't do amps or anything like that, but if I'm doing a small minor repair, I can grab this and be pretty comfortable that I can replace, like I said, a contactor, do a little wire repair or whatnot, maybe mess with the thermostat. And that goes back there. Alright, and then moving on, as you can tell, I have this toolbox. This is a Craftsman toolbox. I have this on another magnet to hold it, to keep the drawers from coming out. But up here, I basically just have a whole bunch of filter dryers. I'm currently switching over to Catch All because they used to carry only Danfoss. Now they have Sportland. So an assortment of dryers there. An assortment of screws and bolts in the next one. And little miscellaneous fittings. This is the battery compartment, which I'm very low on. And then this wider one holds all like extra tools that I have. So sometimes I'll buy a pack of stuff. I have a cheap 6-in-1 here, and whatever I don't use from the pack, I throw it in here, and it's just in case I need it. There's extra Allen key and channel locks and different things. I am working on how to strap this to that rail that goes through the bottom. I don't want to drill into the floor itself, but for the most part it does not move. It's gripped to the floor kind of. Here's my turbo torch. It's just held on by magnets. Gonna look into getting a better setup for this. As you know, convenient as this is, I don't like that this doesn't have a handle or anything, so I might build more to it, or I might change it out for something else. But for the most part. It's pretty good staying there on the side with magnets. I have a Vito CTXL. This holds just a few things that I don't have a place for. Right now it's holding some fan blades, extra rope, my compressor puller, and my fan for those hot days. So not stuff that I use all the time. So the bag's back here. Same thing like with the bucket. I can empty this out real quick. It's not much to empty it out, and use it to haul up parts. On the roof, it mostly stays there. This is the only shelf that I do have. I ripped out the other ones, like I said. So let's go shelf by shelf. Basically, if you can't tell, see this shelf on top has a lip, and that holds everything in. These two on the bottom, I wanted to have these and have easy access to them. So I flipped over the shelves, so they're actually upside down, and then I put an angle to them, and kind of had to play with it to get the size that I want. Eventually I will probably put locks in here for the Packouts, but I wasn't 100% sure how I wanted the layout. I think this is the way I'm going to keep it. So I have a torque wrench on this shelf. I have a cheap level here. I have some heaters. This is my swaging block kit, a flare and swaging if I need it. And then these are going to hold PVC fittings and electrical fittings. And these two, my field piece leak detector, the DR82. This is my Hvacr hydraulic swager, one of the best investments I've had. My Hillmore tubing bender, another great investment. That's a spare board relay part. And then I got Fastco 9721s. Those are the universal ones that I carry for fan motors for walk-ins. I got my Economaster condenser fan motors up here, some spare parts, electrical capacitors. I have a timer up here, some thermostats that I didn't have room for. They're just like spare ones that I don't really use. These are kind of catch-all bins. There's a bunch of wires, different parts to different things that I don't really need, but that's the bin that they go in. All right, now from the shelf, I'm gonna come over to the tower. Now this tower I've gone over in separate videos, so throughout the week I've already uploaded these. I will put them in a playlist if that's helpful for you guys, because this is going to be a vacuum pack out. This is a vacuum that I installed feet on and sealed it up. This one is my PM pack out, and then this one is my RLS press tool and fittings pack out. This is going to be a toolbox of miscellaneous like power tools and stuff. I will throw some footage up right now. So it's actually a heat gun, some bits, fish tape, extra drill, saw, bungees, whole thermometer, hammers, rubber hammers, extra levels. This is a socket set, and then these are airbags. If you lock yourself out of your car, these are kind of what they're for. You wedge open the door to fish through something, and then if you're doing walk-ins, that's a good way to level out the door, and you can do it by yourself instead of having somebody help you hold the door or whatever. And that's stored in there. If I ever need to, I can just pull out these. Everything will come off the top and I can open it. Towards the bottom is going to be the drawer Packouts. So I have them labeled right now with stickers. I'll get a label maker soon, maybe for Christmas. And the top one is my AC drawer. So I got transformers. Over here I got capacitors. Here I don't really do residential, so I don't need a lot of these. But I do have a few in there. Especially like for fan motors. I got all types of different contactors right here, the ones that I most commonly work on. I have a bunch of thermostats, different kinds, some simple ones, some that have remote sensors, depending on what I need to use. And then here's some miscellaneous phase monitors and different little things there. On the bottom, it's going to have the walk-in cooler and freezer parts. So I got mechanical and digital thermostats, solenoid body and coils, different contactors. I'm missing one. Pressure controls. I have a mechanical timer down there. I have a couple of capacitors here, some potential relays, and different things that I most commonly change out. I don't keep every single thing stocked on my van. It's just whatever is minor repairs and stuff like that. So this works really great. It's actually sitting on a dolly that came with one of these things. So yeah, the dolly is right here. So if I just need to, I can just disconnect the bottom and kind of slide it out. And then if I need a dolly, I have this here. So I'll use this to carry like some of the heavier equipment if we need to move it around. So that's kind of a 2-in-1, and it handles storing the packouts here. And all I'm holding it with is a bungee right here. And it has not moved whatsoever. I have not drilled into the floor or anything. Neither with that one. That one's also with a bungee across the bottom there that you can see. Similar concept. I don't like to do heavy modifications to the vans because I'm switching out from time to time. So if I can just easily take it with me and not worry about anything, any holes or anything, that's my preference. So on the pack out here, I put one of these. I can put a drink in there if I need to, energy drink, whatever, when I'm cleaning out the van or putting stuff away, kind of chill out. This is a battery holder that goes on the rail here. So I have extra batteries right now. I don't have too many. I gave some to my dad. This though, I like to keep it open though. There's something missing right here. I'm technically not allowed to show you guys. I signed a contract. That'll come out in due time, the video for what goes here, but there's basically a bag here, and I can hook it on here and then kind of keep it there, just like I have this one anchored with the magnet. This is one of my magnets that I made. I have videos on that too, but the other tool bag goes here, and I can hook it here because it has a hook, and I like that battery hook. This is a Vito, it says kangaroo pouch. I forgot the name of it exactly, but this is just a whole wall to hold different things. So I have like my big blue bottle here. I have some penetrating oil. I have a coil coating spray, some of that orange hand cleaner, my old school bender, my drill when I need it because I don't like to carry it every day, paint markers, extra mirrors, inspection mirrors. This is just a stud finder. Tape measure goes on there. Got some extra keys here, a headlamp, extra abrasive cloth, different little tapes here. So this has been very cool to keep tools organized and you know, little miscellaneous things. I have it hanging here. It can be hung, it can be drilled into something because it has all these holes on the outer edges. I just have a zip tie holding the cord here. So yeah, I do have a power cord that goes through here, and I have a little charging station here at the bottom. That's an old drill that I have. Not a drill, electric screwdriver, Milwaukee battery, my works battery for my pressure washer, and then of course my backpack that I use for installs and changeouts and major repairs. This is one of the lights that I use. On this side, I added a clip. It's a tough built clip. Added a magnet, just like I do with a lot of things. That way I can store this, and if I need to take it with me, I can kind of put it on there. This is a solder weld aluminum repair kit. I also have a bunch of their brazing rods. So I have the canister that has magnets as well. So I have a bunch of like different rods in here. I carry a pack over here too, but you can never have too many. So that's a solder weld stuff. This is a pack out, and I've shown all this stuff, like I said, so there's going to be videos. I'll try and link everything that I think goes with this Vantor. So this is basically a torch pack out, so I can hook it up to this one or the turbo torch. Got my setup right here. It's just held by magnets. These are very strong. It's not going to come off. So like so, and then when I'm going to put it away, it's held by a cleat right there. I don't have to worry about it coming off. This goes back. That's a little torch wall right there. And yeah, so I have that one to hold those batteries there, and then I have the full size ones over here with another. It's just a little 3D printed mount for these. I was gonna stack a few, but right now I need one extra one. I usually have one charging and one on backup. I had more, like I said, but I gave them away. Clearance is perfect right there, so we got that. I got some door jamb. They hold the door open if you guys are ever worried about getting locked out. You can hold this over the latch. And then of course the doors. So this is my reach-in and ice machine type of parts. I don't really work on that stuff too much anymore. So we have the little Packout mount that you can get at Home Depot. I have not gone back to secure it any special way. I just have it with zip ties for now. It's not moving anywhere. That's good for now. So yeah, when I'm working, I just take it off, put it down here. And like I said, I'm gonna have sensors, switches, little thermostats, capillaries, some Manitowoc parts, water level probes, common things that I might need. And then we put that back, and that's been very secure, fits fine. On this other wall, I got another Packout in this orientation, and this is my electrical one. So fuses, terminals, wire nuts. I'm very low on a lot of this stuff right now, but that's where that goes. Never have an issue with anything getting mixed around, and no issue with the door itself. Oh, and I have like this dolly thing has where you can hold like big levels and different things for construction sites. I store some extra PVC and scrap copper lines, so I never need anything too long, so I don't mind cutting them in half and putting them in here or whatever size I cut them to, because I'm usually using it to build something of a drain line. If I need to do a whole roof or job where all the drains are messed up for some AC units, because we use PVC here, I'll buy that stuff for that kind of job, because I usually get approval for that kind of stuff. I can't just go in and do those kind of jobs. So if I need to just quickly put something together, I have scrap PVC here, and like I said, copper line. All right, and as far as the cabin, it's basically always going to be the same. I got my hats up there, a bunch of magnets from different guys, sun hat, protects my neck, jackets, a whole bunch of hats. Always have my HVAC tactical backpack on me. Got some spare parts here. That's my trash bag. Keep some extra sanitizer, some snacks. Sanitizer bottle is mounted up here so I can always get to it. Water bottle. This Klein cooler folds out into a table for lunch or breakfast, whatever. Got a subwoofer in the back for some good music on those long trips. I got an inverter and a printer. Subwoofers for my CarPlay, I just put that in. And then I got the rear view camera set up because I can't see. Even if my Packout wasn't there, I can't see through these little holes. And then down here is where I keep my arm sleeves, gaiters, all that stuff to protect My skin. Some manuals over here that I need to clean out, search through them. Water key. This is some of my gear for recording, like microphones and things like that. Oh, and I also have this blackout MB2 that I had laying around. I kind of outfitted it for kind of like a gas type of check. So it's gonna have a lot of like thermometers, different kinds of thermometers, a couple of hand tools, my manometers, a gas leak detector. So I'm trying to outfit that for like a gas type work. And then this little, it's like it hooks to the vent. It's from Walmart in the automotive section. It's just like a little pen type of holder. So it holds pens, screwdrivers, and some extra lights there. I don't know, I thought that was kind of neat. My phone holder, so I can put away my phone while I'm driving. And then that's why I got the CarPlay, so I can pull up my GPS up here. All right guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's my layout. That's what works best for me. If you find it helpful, you know, drop a like, let me know in the comments. You can also leave some tips. Let me know how you do things, if you do something differently that, you know, maybe I have here in the van too. If you guys are using Packouts or how you're keeping organized. I know some people just throw everything on the shelf and it works out, you know, fine like that. I don't know, I like to have everything in its place, have the floor open, because sometimes I have to take equipment from the job site and go to our warehouse and kind of work on it there. Hasn't happened in a while, but I can load up ice machines, small coolers and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I have it open. And then sometimes if we're picking up like evaporator coils or anything like that, I can be the one to load it up and then take it to the job site when we need it and all that. So I like to have options, open floor space. I can also walk through and find my parts easily. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I really hope this helped and that you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys until next time, maybe next year. I was supposed to get a new van, ended up staying with this one, kind of heavily worked on it recently and made it my own. So like I said, maybe in a year I'll get another one and we'll do this all over again. I'll see you guys.